Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Cortez, joined by James Burns of FrontRowPreps.com. Time now for our weekly predictions, brought to you by Golden Bear Physical Therapy. And Burnsy, just about everywhere they watch high school football in this region, you can find a Golden Bear Physical Therapy facility, including now in series. We've got 4 games we're going to focus on this week. Let's start with the large school matchup. Number 9, Grigori, and number 5, Downey. It's a CCAL battle, and really the loser of this game has virtually no shot for the CCAL title.
I think we're going to see Bo Green, maybe just in spurts. So we might get a little bit of Bryce.
Bo Green, the freshman quarterback, who's been nursing that shoulder injury since September 14th against McClymonds.
Yep. I think we'll see a little bit of him, maybe a little bit of Bryce Scalker, but I think we'll see a lot of Bryce Peterson, a lot of Anderson Grover, a lot of Jordan Wilson, a lot of Robert Rivera. They've got a lot of weapons on that Downey offense, and I think they sense that it's go time for this bunch. They're going to catch Grigori coming off a loss. My pick is Downey.
I agree. I like the Knights in this one as well. Yeah. Now let's move over to the small schools, where we've got some really provocative matchup. As our old friend Ron Agostini always used to like to say, provocative. That guy. Number 9, Waterford, taking on number 8, Orristemba. Big time Southern League matchup.
And this is big time because you've got 2 programs that are kind of going in opposite directions right now in recent weeks. Orristemba was still reeling off that loss from Ripon Christian, struggled against Denair, took a 2nd straight loss in the Southern League. That has never happened under Coach Aaron Souza. And then you've got Waterford, which is 6-1, feeling really good. If they can get to 7-8 wins, they like their chances maybe in that D7 playoff. This is a big game for them. They're hosting. I like in this one Orristemba to right the ship, though. I think they've got the firepower on offense. If they can run the ball a little bit and play some defense, get some key stops, I think this is a game that they should be victorious in.
I disagree. I'm going to go with Waterford this week. I think Lonnie Statzer has done a great job out there in Waterford.
Yeah.
One of the under-heralded jobs in all of our region. And I think he's going to get it done. I think this is kind of a Super Bowl for Waterford.
Waterford is a team on the come, and these are the kind of games that they've got to learn to win and compete in if they're going to make that next step. If they're going to be consistent title contenders, these are the games that they have to compete and win. And I wouldn't be mad. If they won.
Okay, so we differ on that one. Now let's move to the Trans Valley League.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been our league all year. Okay. Yeah. And let's start with number 5 Escalon hosting number 1 Ripon. Give me a little bit about that.
Escalon is number 5 in the pool, and they are the lowest.
Hang on. Something doesn't feel good.
What's the matter?
We're talking about the TVL. We talked about Ron Agostini just a minute ago. The TVL was his baby.
It was his baby for a number of years.
Yeah. If only you were here.
I don't know. You got his number?
Yeah, I can call him.
Well, my phone's.
Wait a minute. He's right here.
I got lost.
Ron Agostini.
I got lost and
Right there. There's your mark.
Step in. Join us.
Right.
Join the party.
How you guys doing?
I'm well. How are you doing, sir?
It has been a while.
We're putting the band back together.
Putting the band back together like the Blues Brothers, huh?
Ron, we're talking about the TVL. What are your thoughts so far this year on the TVL, just in general?
Well, it's been called the best small school conference in the state for many years. No exception this year. It's been great. These games have been epic.
They have.
They really have. I have. I followed Periscope when Hillmar won in double overtime at Eagle Field, and it's been incredible games.
Now, speaking of that, Escalon is really 2 plays away from being undefeated this year.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, they lost in overtime on that 38-yard field goal to a backup kicker.
Yes.
In overtime. And then they lost on a Hail Mary when Xavier Carlton catches a tipped pass on his back in the end zone. 7-6 to Modesto Christian. Okay. They were this close to being undefeated and the number 1 team in our region.
I know, and that's how tough the TVL is. I mean, my God. And I'm stuck in the middle. My DNA is all over this. My father graduated from Escalon High.
That's right.
My mom graduated from Ripon.
Uh-huh.
So here I am. These teams have been going at it for at least 70 years.
So this is the Agostini, and your mother's a Gomes, right?
She's a Gomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad is my dad.
So who do you pick in this one?
I'm going to go with Ripon in a close game.
Okay.
Escalon.
Going with Mom.
Yes, although Escalon, yeah, mom will be happy. Dad, I'm sorry up there, but go with Mom on this one. But it should be a great game. And I must say, Escalon probably deserves a break.
They probably do a break, yeah.
But
I'm with you. I'm going with Ripon on this one, although I'm a little nervous about it because, like you said, Escalon's due.
Yeah,
Escalon's
they are
due.
due, and it is their homecoming this week.
Correct.
So,
They're here at Englefield.
right here at Englefield. on
Burnsy, who you
homecoming
going with?
This is my upset special this week. This is my upset special. And for the very reasons you guys just stated, they're due. They're due to win one of these games. They're coming off a relative bye week last week. They were able to rest a couple starters. I'm going to give Andrew Bream a lot of credit here. I'm going to say they corrected those red zone mistakes.
I was going to say, they've got to get the red zone
They buttoned up that red zone offense, and I think they get it done this week.
They blew 2 opportunities in the red zone against, back-to-back opportunities in the red zone against Hillmar. Could have put that game away. And then they blew opportunities against Modesto Christian.
I like the matchup. So Escalon's already proven it can defend speed. Okay, it bottled up Isaac Sharp and the Hillmar Yellow Jackets and gave themselves a chance to win that game. Right, and then they play a power run game. Like they want to beat you up through between the tackles. And Calaveras did a great job against Ripon. Didn't get the result they wanted. You know, Ripon escaped with that victory, but they did a great job. And if you talk to a lot of people that have looked at that tape, they thought Calaveras could have and should have won that game. So I think the matchup favors Escalon in this one. Being it's at home, it's homecoming. That it's going to be an electric atmosphere, and I think they show up.
Okay. Now, let's move on to our Chicken Ranch Casino game of the week. Number 2, Modesto Christian at number 3, Hillmar. Rematch of last year's Sac Joaquin Section Division 6 championship game. Modesto Christian was the prohibitive favorite in that game. Hillmar was the Cinderella team, and Cinderella went home with Prince Charming. They went home with the blue banner and turned that 5-5 mediocre regular season into a championship year. It's a rematch. So Ron, start us off. Who do you like in this one?
I kind of like Hillmar in this game, Joe. Without Xavier Carlton on the field for Modesto Christian, he is such a difference maker.
You're talking about Xavier Carlton, the big 6'7", 245-pound tight end, defensive end, who's being recruited by everybody in this country.
Everyone.
Notre Dame, USC, Oregon, and the like. Those type of schools, right? So that's what you're talking about. He was involved in a fracas last week against Livingston, was ejected from that game. Section rules state you're ejected. You sit out the remainder of that game. And then the following week, you miss the entire game, right? Yeah. Okay, so without Carlton.
Without him on the field, I've got to go with the Yellow Jackets, and which still could be a close game, but I got to give Hillmar the edge.
Burnsy.
This is one of those games where you find out if you're a legitimate title contender, a section title contender. Not just in the TBL. I mean, you're taking on a defending section champion. Do you have what it takes to climb that hill? And without Xavier Carlton, I'm just afraid Crusaders won't have enough. Okay, you talk to a lot of coaches, and when you scout Hillmar, it starts with Isaac Sharp. They're game changing, that playmaking back of theirs,
right.
And it always is. Can you protect the edge? Can you force
can
him
you
back?
Set the edge
can you force him back into the wash? Can you force him back into those linebackers? Without that 6'7", 245-pound man-child setting the edge,
right.
I just don't know that MC has enough. I give the advantage to Hillmar in this one.
And I'm picking MC if they have Xavier Carlton. They don't, so I'm going with the Yellow Jackets as well. So that's it for this week's prediction show, brought to you by Golden Bear Physical Therapy. And just about anywhere you can watch high school football in this region, you can find a Golden Bear Physical Therapy facility, including now in Ceres. So for James Burns and the venerable Ron Augustini,
good to see you guys.
I'm Joe Cortez of Front Row Preps. Until next week, thanks for stopping by.